Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I wrote a poem this morning titled Laughing at the Absurd, and I want to share it with you. What this poem is about is being able to laugh at the fact that you have a disability, that you're not like everyone else, that God made you differently, and that's okay. I think it's really important as someone who has a disability that I'm able to laugh at situations, that I'm able to laugh at the things that cause me to have some problems. Because it's easy to focus on this sucks. I wish this, I wish this could be different. I wish I didn't have this disability. I wish I was like everyone else. It's so easy to get into that mind frame. But for me, one way that I get through my day is being able to be like, this is fucking funny. The things I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, the fact that my schizophrenia causes my reality to shift. And for me, I find humor in what I experience. Because in the past, I used to find it scary, and it caused me to have a lot of stress. But once I started looking at things of more of a comedy lens, more of a this is funny lens, my stress went down. And it's because of my mind, how I'm seeing things and how I take things in. So I know some people will disagree with me, and some people will say, well, disabilities are never funny, they're serious. And I disagree with you. And I'm always going to disagree with you if that's your viewpoint. But I'm going to read this to you, and I would love to know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Just in the comments, let me know your thoughts. We can have a conversation and we can still disagree if that's the case. So let's do this. Laughing at the absurd. Having a disability isn't always tragic, though sometimes life gets downright dramatic. There are appointments, paperwork, forms by the stack, and somehow every agency wants the same information back. What is your disability? Here's my paperwork. Can you prove it? Here's more paperwork. Can you fill this out? Didn't I just... Next question. At some point, you just have to laugh, because otherwise you will lose your damn mind. People with physical disabilities know the struggle well. When your body decides today's the day, it won't cooperate as well. A wheelchair gets stuck on a doorway that's supposedly accessible, and suddenly you're staring at the ramp thinking, well, this is impressively unacceptable. You finally find an accessible parking space, only to discover someone parked across it like they own the place. You sit there thinking, do I look invisible? Because apparently the blue wheelchair symbol is merely a decorative suggestion. People with visual disabilities have their moments too. Like when someone says, look over here, and you're thinking, I would absolutely love to, if you could just explain where here is. People who are deaf or hard of hearing know that awkward moment when someone starts talking faster because they think volume and speed are the same thing. I'm sorry, what? What? I still can't hear you. Now everyone's basically playing charades. And neurodivergent people, our brains sometimes have their own agenda. You walk into a room and forget why you are there, then stand there long enough to question your entire existence. You start one task, remember another task, start that task, find something interesting, research it for 45 minutes, and suddenly you're sitting on the floor holding a screwdriver, wondering how you got there. ADHD can turn 5 minutes into an adventure. You can lose your phone while holding your phone. You can spend 20 minutes looking for your keys while they are sitting directly in your hand. And autism can bring its own absurd moments, especially when the world is built around social rules nobody bothered to actually explain. Someone says, come over whenever, and you're thinking, okay, what time? Do I text first? Do I knock? How long can I stay? Was whenever literal or emotionally symbolic? Then there are learning disabilities, where people sometimes confuse needing a different way to learn with not being intelligent. You read the same paragraph 5 times and your brain responds, fantastic, we have successfully looked at the words. And mental disabilities can have absurd moments too. Sometimes your brain throws you a thought that makes absolutely no sense. And you are sitting there thinking, really, brain? That's what we're going with today? Sometimes anxiety turns a simple phone call into a full-scale military operation. You rehearse what you're going to say, practice possible responses, imagine everything going wrong, finally make the call, and they say hello, and suddenly your brain forgets the English language. Depression can make getting out of bed feel like climbing Mount Everest. Then you finally accomplish it, and someone says, you should really get more exercise. You think, buddy, I just defeated gravity. Let's celebrate the victory. Chronic illness can make plans hilarious too. Want to go out Saturday? Absolutely. Saturday arrives, your body says, laugh out loud? No. So you cancel, feel guilty for canceling, apologize for canceling, then spend the day resting because apparently your body has filed a former complaint. And that's something people don't always understand. Laughing doesn't mean we are not hurting. We can laugh about disability. We can laugh about having a disability and still acknowledge the pain. We can make jokes about our struggles without pretending those struggles are not real. We can laugh when our brain does something ridiculous, when our body refuses to cooperate, when society builds an accessible entrance that somehow requires a 3-mile obstacle course. Because sometimes laughter is survival. Sometimes you laugh because the alternative is sitting there staring at the ceiling, wondering how you are supposed to keep going. Sometimes humor is the tiny crack where hope sneaks through. We don't laugh because disability is easy. We don't laugh because our disability is easy to manage. We laugh because we are still here. We laugh because we have survived things other people may never understand. We laugh because sometimes life is so absurd that all you can do is look at the situation and say, well, this is some bullshit, and then you keep going. That's the beautiful thing about disabled people. We aren't just our diagnoses. We aren't just our limitations. We aren't just our medications, wheelchairs, canes, service animals, accommodations, appointments, or paperwork. We are people. People who fall in love, people who make terrible jokes, people who laugh until our stomach hurts, people who screw things up, people who have dreams, people who get angry, people who dance badly, people who sing too loudly in the car, people who sometimes forget why we walked into the kitchen, then decide we're probably hungry anyway. Disabilities can take things from us. Having a disability can take things from us. It can make life harder. It can change the future we imagined. But it doesn't have to take our sense of humor. So laugh. Laugh at the awkward moments. Laugh at the ridiculous paperwork. Laugh when your brain decides to take an unscheduled vacation. Laugh when your body says not today. Laugh at the absurdity of trying to explain something you've explained 17 times already. Laugh not because everything is okay, but because you deserve moments when everything doesn't have to be so damn heavy. We struggle, We hurt, we adapt, we survive, and sometimes in the middle of all that chaos, we laugh. Because maybe that's not weakness. Maybe that's one of the strongest things we can do. So, that's what I wrote when it came to having a disability, brothers and sisters, and how we can laugh at a lot of the situations that happen. That being able to find the humor in the difficult moments can get us through those difficult moments without us getting stressed out, without us having an anxiety or panic attack. Humor can definitely help us accept a lot of situations. So, like I said, I would love to know what you think. If you agree, if you disagree, if you think I'm crazy, I'm okay with whatever you guys really think about this. Because I don't think there's one way to see everything. But yeah, I think it's important that we laugh at the absurd, right? I think it's important that we get to laugh at the things that sometimes we can't control. So, again, brothers and sisters, thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful afternoon. Peace and love.